Ezili fantija mora kaila. Ma perela se upote wangani bo. Ma perela se upote wangani bo. Ezili fantija mora kaila me bela tupai. One of the biggest misconceptions is that voodoo is evil, that we worship the devil. There's no devil or evil in voodoo. Voodoo just is. There's no black and white magic in voodoo either. The belief that voodoo is evil and voodoo is dark comes from the fact that voodoo is black. My family and I, we are from the Dominican Republic. Voodoo, it was just always part of my family. That's the thing with voodoo. If it's in your family and it hasn't been so far removed through generations, it'll still show up in some shape or form. Voodoo comes from West Africa. My lineage of voodoo is Haitian voodoo. It's a voodoo that was brought from Africa to the island of Haiti, and it became its own thing. Voodoo is family, voodoo is roots, voodoo is food, it's music, voodoo is prayer, it's song, dance, voodoo is worship, it's nature, it's knowing that everything around you is connected to you. In voodoo, we call the priestess a mambo and the priest a wongan. So a voodoo priestess is chosen by her family to take on that prestigious role. I didn't have any plans to turn my spiritual practice into a business. It was such a private thing for me. My husband and I do spiritual consultations, and the spiritual consultations are very different than any kind of reading, divination that you've ever done, because you're directly speaking to a spirit. The spirit comes, the spirit gets on the steering wheel, and we are on the passenger seat, and they're the ones just spilling all the beans. You came here asking for a man, asking about a man, when your actual problem is this, and this is what you need to be focused on. But what about the man? F the man. This is your problem. You need to fix this, or else nothing matters. Oh, when I get messages from clients, just saying thank you for the work. It doesn't matter whether it was, I haven't been able to get a job in 2 years and your job candle got me a job, or I've been working on this project for so long and I haven't been able to get it off the ground and your success candle helped me with that. Every day I'm fulfilled and rewarded whenever I hear that someone benefited from my work. A lot of times when I tell people that I'm a mambo, they're like, oh wow, really? What is that like? It's hard to put it into simple words. Or usually people are like, is that like being a witch? No. Voodoo is not witchcraft because voodoo is voodoo. Voodoo is African, voodoo is ancestral. And for witchcraft, especially nowadays, ancestors is not something that's necessary. Voodoo's ancestor is voodoo. The Africans that were brought to the US through the South, who were enslaved, they took from voodoo what they could, and then they mixed with what was already here, which is Native American traditions and a little bit of European traditions, and that's what voodoo became. The biggest misconceptions of voodoo is that voodoo is evil, that we worship the devil. There's no devil in voodoo. We don't know that guy. We know that guy does not exist in our court of spirits. No, voodoo is just like everything else when it comes to spirituality. You have your light and you have your dark. That the devil and demons don't come from Black culture. They come from European culture. So it's quite the opposite. It's important for me to continue spreading light and truth about voodoo, hoodoo, and anything that has to do with African traditions. Anything that comes from, I call it the grandmother land because my motherland is Haiti. It's important to me that people are educated, and and I'm taking a big responsibility being so vocal about it, but I don't want to be the only one. And I do want people who are strong in these traditions to feel comfortable enough to step forward and educate and work on removing the misconceptions and removing the misinformation and removing the taboos and the ugly that has been attached to anything Black for so many generations.